Today, I got a free microphone from Elgato. Let's unbox it together.
Stick around until the end of the video and I'll give you some tips on how to get your own free mic. But for now, let's unbox.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually did have to reshoot this opening a second time. This was my second go, and I don't know if you can tell because I didn't have to cut open the left-hand side, but I dropped the camera, dropped the microphone, dropped the knife and the box all at once. It was a huge mess. I was super embarrassed, so that's why the left side's already cut. Also, I decided I couldn't pop all of these little airbags, even though I really wanted to, but it would be better for the video if I didn't. So without further ado, here is the Wave 3. It is actually a lot heavier than I thought it would be, probably because I'm coming from using a dinky, cheap little plastic microphone. So this thing immediately already caught my attention because it came with a bunch of components and it felt expensive. So I'm just gonna cut it open and not drop everything this time. Let's see if I can do it. Now, I have to hand it to Elgato at this point because throughout the whole unboxing, I really felt like I was handling something that was quite expensive. The packaging is really nice and sleek, but it also made me a little anxious at times because I am a total klutz. I have a tendency to drop things, especially my left arm. She is very rude and she likes to drop really important things like my fresh morning coffee and my phone. So I actually had to speed up the video because I was moving so slowly. But this little box here just contains the USB for your microphone, as well as this really handy adapter piece, which you're going to want to use if you have a previous mic arm. In my case, I do, so I ended up setting that up off camera a little later on. Once you remove that little plastic piece, you have our our microphone, which I was going to pull out here and then thought, nope, we need to be a little more careful with this. It's an expensive item. So I placed it on the table, went through, cupped it with my whole right hand, and then added support with my left arm because, again, I drop things. But honestly, first impressions, it's really sleek. It's really easy to handle, and it feels nice. Like, it feels expensive. I did do a little test here just to make sure that everything was okay after having traveled to me, but luckily the dial was all good, and so was the top component where the mic mute button is. Now, the majority of the weight that I felt from the box actually came from the base of this microphone. It is quite heavy in comparison to the rest of the body of the mic, which is great because that just means it's not going to topple over on your desk. And that is also aided by the fact that there is this lovely foam pad on the bottom, so it's not going to slide around on your desk either, which I personally really love. But now that we have everything unboxed, let's move on to the downloading of the actual Wavelink software itself. The card you saw me pull out at the very beginning of the unboxing video actually has the website you're going to need, but it's just the elgato.com website /downloads. It'll bring you to this page where you select your product and then it'll show you the Wavelink software. I had already done this off camera, so I wasn't going to show you guys again, but once it's downloaded, you can just open up the file, follow all of the installation instructions, and it should be downloaded in pretty much no time flat. It's very easy. Now, once you've downloaded it, you may or may not get this pop-up. I did. It basically says that there were a couple programs already pre-installed as part of my installation, which is great. But at this point, I didn't have it connected to the computer. So I am going back and I am making sure that I connect it. Now, Now, just in case you didn't get that pop-up with all of these programs automatically downloaded, you can actually go to the marketplace at the Elgato website and download those 3 programs for free. One is a noise removal, one is an equalizer, and the other one is also a noise removal, but it's through NVIDIA instead. I just went through, and to make sure that I truly had them, I just pressed get and opened all of them up in wavelength. It literally took no time. It was super easy, very simple. And the access for this website is actually in the app itself. Up there in the right-hand corner, you'll see it. I'm not going to bother giving you guys a breakdown of how to link everything up to the program and balance it all. There's a ton of tutorials out there, and it would just make this video way too long. But if you are having some problems, you can go to the Elgato YouTube page. This isn't sponsored by them, but this is honestly just the resource that I used, and it helped me set everything up really, really fast. And if this doesn't work for you, there are other creators I will link below that would probably help you. But honestly, if you're just looking for an example of how well this microphone works, I've been using it this entire time to record the voiceover, and I don't know about you guys, but I think it sounds really good. One thing I will point out before I go is just how handy this button dial combo is. It allows you to adjust the gain of your microphone while it is in use, and you can also cycle through and switch to your headphones. If your headphone output is too loud, you can adjust that. And the mute button is just a tap on, tap off thing, so it's really easy, and overall, I think this mic is super awesome.
Now, I promised if you made it till the end that I would give you a few tips and tricks on how I actually acquired this free microphone. I am a small streamer. I haven't even hit 100 followers yet, so I'm pretty much a nobody on the internet. So then why did I get this? Well, I honestly don't know the exact answer. The people at Partnerships didn't tell me why they sent this to me. But what I can tell you are all the things that I have done up until this point that might help you get one too. The first thing I did was honestly network, but not in a seedy kind of corporate way. When you get into any kind of content creation, I feel like you have to be ready to make friends. You have to be ready to be genuine and find your people in the community that mesh with you super well and that you have a lot of fun with. Because those people will be absolutely invaluable to you. Don't plan on being in the internet just to dip out and never make any friends. It's not gonna work out for you that way. It never does. All of the people that I have met through streaming, through being online, through spending a little bit of time and effort and energy and being willing to collaborate with people and talk to them and just make friends, have helped me so much on my journey and are a huge part of why I have any kind of following at all. They're largely why I've gotten into affiliate status so quickly. I owe that all to the friends that I've made and how much they were willing to promote me on their own channels and help me get followers, and honestly that was so helpful. So, make friends. Those friends will support you and you support them, and you guys create a nice, wholesome community together. The second piece of advice I have for you is that consistency really is key. If you have a upload schedule or a stream schedule, stick to that schedule as much as you possibly can. Things happen, life happens, you get sick, things occur that prevent you from being there. But, don't blow it off just because you don't have viewers yet. Don't blow it off because you don't have followers yet. You want to take the time and put the effort and energy into building yourself up, getting used to that atmosphere, getting used to making videos, getting used to streaming. You want to be prepared for when you do blow up and when you are keeping consistent, people notice you, that you've already got all those skills. That's one of my favorite things is actually, especially with YouTube, every single video I produce on a weekly basis, I try to learn a new editing skill along the way so that 40 or 50 videos down the road, I can produce a video that's really great, even though I'm super new now. It prevents me from getting overwhelmed in the short run by trying to learn everything all at once, but it also means that by the time that I feel that I am really a YouTuber or really a streamer, I've already taken the time and energy to slowly build upon those skills in a way that makes sense and also is feasible in the long run. And the last piece of advice I haven't heard anywhere else. And I think that's really interesting because I think that it is the main reason why I got this. And that is, make a LinkedIn profile. Sounds really weird, not a common piece of advice, right? But no, LinkedIn is the social media platform for businesses. It's for people in the business world. And what I did was I made a profile for my streaming and I went to the web pages on LinkedIn for the companies that I was interested in trying to get partnerships with. And I did this months before I was prepared for partnerships, but I wanted to set this ball in motion. And what I did was I went to the company pages and then I went down to their employee pages and I started scrolling through until I found the partnerships people. And then I would start applying to connect with them. And I just did that for a ton of companies. And all it takes is just one person from one of those companies to say yes before other people start saying yes to you. And you might never talk to them. You know, you might even rarely interact with them on LinkedIn, but now they see you and they see what you're doing and you show up on their feed, and that's important. And the only reason I say this, and the only reason I think that this has such a huge potential for helping people is because when I applied to Elgato, it was the second time I had applied. The first time I applied because I wanted to see what response I would get. I knew I wasn't going to get accepted. I had like 12 followers. It was fine. It was a bot that replied though. When I hit that 50 followers, I went back and I reapplied and I figured I'm probably not going to be accepted, but I would love to get a response from a person and start trying to, you know, try my best to come, like, have a little business conversation, you know. But instead, I actually got an email I didn't expect, and I got it from somebody who I had added on LinkedIn, and they offered me this microphone for free. And it was funny because I actually ignored the email for the first 2 days because I thought it was an email that was going to be them saying, hey, you need to stop applying for this, we're not going to send you anything yet. So I procrastinated it because it made me anxious, and then as it turns out, it was actually super awesome. So shout out to Elgato. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for sending me this. This is a beautiful microphone. I love it already, and I cannot wait to work with it more and work with you guys more, hopefully. Anyways, I hope that these tips and tricks maybe help you guys get one too. I'm not an expert, obviously. You can tell that from my channel size, but you know, all we can do is share the information and hope we can lift each other up, and I hope I get to do a little bit of that by making this video. So until I see you guys next time, ciao for now, stay safe, eat well, take care of yourselves, drink a lot of water, it's really hot out there, just live life, be happy, and I'll see you during my next video. Ciao for now.